me, it's only right that they cap off the year with Caitlin Clark headed back to New Heights podcast, man. So they released some footage, like I stated about 20 minutes ago, letting us know that she will be heading back to the New Heights podcast. And I believe this one is possibly coming out tomorrow. Let's head on over to X right now and pull it up. So this announcement came out, like I stated, 20-some minutes ago. Let's blow it up all the way. And it looked like their podcast is sponsored.
Nike recently released a promotional advertisement featuring Caitlin Clark that has generated considerable attention and signals the upcoming launch of her signature footwear line. The commercial showcases creative marketing while Clark's apparel collection continues expanding across major retail platforms. The advertisement centers around a compelling tagline, "Caitlin Clark is proof that you can make it from anywhere." The spot features various individuals challenging Clark to attempt shots from increasingly difficult positions on the basketball court. Each skeptic questions whether she can convert from their suggested location, only to watch her consistently deliver. The commercial includes cameos from notable figures like Michael Che, Jason and Travis Kelce, and Travis Scott, though they serve supporting roles rather than sharing the spotlight equally.
Blow it up all the way. And it looked like their podcast is sponsored by Nike, too. We know Caitlin Clark is a signee of Nike. And, yeah, let's get it.
Joining us today for a special edition of New News is the 6-foot guard from Iowa. She's the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history, the first overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft. She's a two-time WNBA All-Star, 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year, the 2024 Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, and she is the first and now last guest of New Heights in the 2025.
This creative approach operates on multiple levels. The surface meaning references Clark's exceptional shooting range and ability to score from any position on the floor, including her trademark deep three-pointers that have become her signature. The deeper interpretation speaks to geographic and socioeconomic accessibility, the idea that athletes from Des Moines, Iowa, or any small town across America can achieve elite status regardless of their origins. Whether someone hails from Arkansas, New Jersey, Connecticut, Louisiana, or anywhere else, the message promotes universal opportunity and achievement. The advertisement marks a notable shift in Nike's approach to promoting Clark.
Of the year, and she is the first and now last guest of New Heights in the 2025 season. Let's go! 90%ers, please welcome back to the show, Caitlin Clark!
You back!
I'm honored you guys brought me back on. I must have not been too bad the first time, I guess.
Permanent invite.
So you guys just heard there, Caitlin Clark will be a permanent guest on New Heights podcast, man. And this is big time news. The world is reacting to it. And I'm telling you,
previous campaigns, including a Super Bowl commercial, positioned her alongside other athletes in ensemble pieces where she shared screen time rather than commanding focus. This new spot dedicates its entire narrative to Clark's abilities and persona, with celebrity appearances serving only to amplify her presence rather than dilute it. The basketball-focused creative direction recalls classic Nike campaigns that emphasized athletic excellence and brand mystique. Following another recent Nike advertisement featuring Kelsey Mitchell that evoked nostalgic training facility aesthetics with its no blood, no foul messaging, this Clark commercial maintains that return to traditional Nike brand identity. The overall execution demonstrates renewed creative energy after criticism regarding the company's recent marketing efforts for WNBA athletes.
and I'm telling you right now, it is more than likely going to break the internet. Now, I've been one that's been speaking highly about Caitlin Clark 2025 season through the ups and downs, man. One thing about the Caitlin Clark hype, I feel like it kind of died off a little bit, man. It definitely did. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we get a new and improved Caitlin Clark as she make her return to the 2026.
Clark's signature footwear line is scheduled for release during spring 2026, positioning the launch to coincide with the WNBA season. However, this timing introduces potential complications given ongoing collective bargaining agreement negotiations that could result in delayed or disrupted league operations. The timing raises questions about whether Nike might exert influence behind the scenes to ensure optimal market conditions for the product debut, though such corporate involvement would likely remain discreet. Beyond the commercial itself, Clark's market presence continues expanding through multiple retail channels. Dick's Sporting Goods has established a dedicated section on their website specifically for Clark's merchandise collection, branded as Caitlin's Court. This digital storefront consolidates her apparel line, which includes hoodies, sweatpants, training gear, and various accessories featuring her branding and Indiana Fever affiliation.
2026 basketball season. Now, she did drop some Instagram photos here, man, kind of capping off the year. This is what she put out 2 hours ago. She stated 2025, you were a year, ... 2026, I welcome you with open arms. Caitlin Clark is ecstatic about the 2026 year, and I'm happy too, man. It's a new year, new goals for everybody. And guys, be sure to set y'all some New Year goals too. This is Caitlin.
The collection prominently displays her CC logo across multiple product categories. The apparel items featured in the commercial, specifically black and gray hoodie and sweatpants sets, represent just a portion of the expanding product line. These pieces have gained traction among consumers seeking officially branded athletic wear connected to Clark's growing cultural influence. Additional market indicators demonstrate Clark's commercial viability beyond Nike's investment. Panini's Caitlin Clark Chronicle trading card collection and keepsake items sold out completely at Target retail locations, suggesting strong demand for licensed merchandise across different product categories.
This is Caitlin Clark. Look like she, posted some behind-the-scene photos that we ain't seen yet. Her and her boyfriend, Connor. Her and Wnba. I missed that one. When did that happen? She linked up with Wnba there. Who else? I don't know who that guy is. But that's her and Connor. This was the jersey retirement ceremony. I remember that. I was in Iowa for that at the beginning of the year. This was the Golden State Valkyries. Which Caitlin Clark is actually, she had a photo of herself in California.
This diversified market presence, spanning footwear, apparel, collectibles, and accessories, indicates broad consumer interest that extends beyond traditional basketball fan demographics. Nike's decision to add Clark to their signature athlete roster places her alongside historically significant sports figures who have received similar treatment. Clark acknowledged this honor, noting her pride in joining elite company and expressing enthusiasm about collaborating on product design. Her statement emphasized the prestige of receiving signature footwear from a brand known for partnering with all-time great athletes across multiple sports. The Spring 2026 launch timeline allows Nike to build anticipation over several months while Clark continues competing at the professional level.
She had a photo of herself in California. I believe Caitlin Clark is in California today. This is her parents, Mr. Clark and Mrs. Clark right there. Her and her friends there. Great photo. This is Caitlin Clark at the wedding. Who all remember the wedding? Drop down in the comments. Y'all remember the wedding over the summer? Caitlin Clark did. This is from the All-Star game. Her and Lexi Hall. I think this is from the All-Star game, but she looked really happy and jacked up there. I don't know who this is. Got to be.
This extended promotional window enables the company to generate sustained media attention and consumer interest leading up to the product debut. However, the approach also creates vulnerability to external factors, particularly labor disputes that could significantly impact the WNBA's operational schedule. The commercial's From Anywhere concept provides flexible marketing language that transcends specific athletic achievements. Unlike campaigns tied to championship victories or statistical records that might become dated, this message maintains relevance regardless of game outcomes or season performance. The dual meaning allows the advertisement to function as both sports marketing and broader inspirational messaging about achievement and opportunity.
I don't know who this is. Got to be family or friends or something there. This looked like jersey retirement ceremony there. Kelsey Mitchell, this was the last game here. We all remember that. This was probably on their way to a game. This is pretty dope. Because we ain't never seen these pictures. I think that's an Iowa hat. No, this is probably from the David Letterman. Now, we all remember she did David Letterman, that show. This is from the Anika Golf Tournament 2000.
Retail infrastructure supporting the launch suggests significant corporate confidence in Clark's marketability. Dedicated website sections at major sporting goods retailers, coordinated product drops across multiple categories, and prime promotional placement indicate substantial behind-the-scenes planning and resource allocation. These investments reflect belief in sustained consumer interest rather than temporary publicity-driven sales spikes. The timing of the commercial's release during the holiday shopping season strategically positions Clark's existing merchandise as gift options while building awareness for the upcoming signature shoe launch. This staggered approach, establishing apparel market presence before introducing premium footwear products, CMC, follows proven retail strategies for athlete brand development.
And there's been a ton of news over there. So anyway, we've got more from that podcast appearance, this time with Caitlin Clark talking about more of the basketball stuff, particularly her injury from this past WNBA season and USA basketball. Little clarity on a couple of things in here, like how is the FIBA thing going to...
Whether the signature shoe line achieves commercial success comparable to established Nike basketball franchises remains uncertain. However, the marketing infrastructure, retail partnerships, and creative investment demonstrate Nike's commitment to positioning Clark as a long-term brand asset rather than a short-term marketing opportunity. The From Anywhere campaign establishes foundational messaging that can evolve and expand as Clark's career progresses and her market presence matures. Major developments emerged from Nike regarding Caitlin Clark's signature footwear line, officially designated as the CC1. This represents a full signature model rather than a player-exclusive design.
On a couple of things in here, like how is the FIBA thing going to work next year with the WNBA season? And she dropped a little knowledge there, because I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't know they were going to stop the season like they did with the Olympics. So they can have that. They'll stop it, and then they'll come back and have the playoffs. It's pretty wild. I didn't know that, and I bet a lot of you guys didn't know it either. But that is her goal. She also talks about the Olympics. Let's go.
The announcement arrived during the holiday season with specific timeline details for the anticipated launch. Nike confirmed the CC1 signature sneaker will debut in spring 2026, aligning with predictions that the release would coincide with the WNBA season. This timing strategy could potentially reinvigorate momentum surrounding Clark's commercial presence. The fanbase, which remains substantial despite recent quieter periods, now has concrete information to anticipate. Clark provided a statement accompanying the announcement expressing her sentiments about joining Nike's elite athlete roster.
That is her goal. She also talks about the Olympics. Let's go.
Basketball court a little bit.
Let's get into it.
So back on the court, Team USA practice. How you feeling?
It was fun, obviously, to get back out there. It had been a minute. So, it was just obviously a long and, tough year of reoccurring injuries. And, you guys know how that goes. When you get one nagging thing, it kind of leads to another. So it wasn't obviously how I envisioned it. And it stunk, but, we still kind of found a way. Our team, we had 6 of our players go down with injuries. It was unreal. And we still had a great year, made it to the semifinals. And we were.
She articulated pride in collaborating with some of the world's premier athletes and conveyed excitement about unveiling the collaborative creation. The signature line positions her alongside Nike's legendary roster of signature athletes across multiple sports. The promotional campaign includes a striking commercial showcasing Clark's exceptional shooting range. The advertisement features various individuals challenging her to attempt shots from increasingly distant locations. Each skeptical onlooker questions whether she can successfully execute shots from their suggested positions.
And we were a game away from the finals, and so that was pretty impressive considering kind of what we went through. But it was a long process to just get back on the court, because when you have the groins and the quads and whatever you're dealing with, it's you don't run for a while, so it's weird learning to run again in a way. And then on top of that, going to play versus the best players again, and just getting tossed out back into the fire. But it was fun. I probably wouldn't have wanted it any other way. You get thrown back out there with the best players in the world, and you see you're right where you were before you got hurt.
The narrative builds through multiple challenges, with doubters expressing disbelief at each escalating distance. The commercial's central message emphasizes Clark's ability to score from anywhere, establishing this as the defining characteristic of both her playing style and the shoe's intended association. The production quality and creative execution generated immediate positive reactions across social media platforms. The advertisement's approach directly addresses Clark's signature skill, her unlimited shooting range, through a simple but effective narrative structure. Beyond the footwear announcement, Clark maintained an active schedule throughout December.
Like you're right where you were before you got hurt, and it was only 3 days, so it was cool, and it was at Duke, which is obviously one of the most historic basketball places ever. So that was a pretty cool thing too, and kind of kicks off like the next cycle for like preparing for the Olympics, and then we have the World Cup in 2026. So at the end of September, so we'll actually like pause the WNBA season, very similar like how we do when we have the Olympics, right before the playoffs, and then we'll go play the World Cup, which technically the World Cup in the past has almost been harder for us to win because there's more.
She participated in Team USA basketball activities, demonstrating her continued involvement with national team programs. Footage from these sessions showed her training alongside other elite players, with Clark expressing gratitude for the learning opportunities presented by working with such experienced talent. Team USA content featured Clark discussing the significance of representing the national program, whether through training camps, tournaments, or Olympic competition. She described the honor of wearing USA apparel and emphasized the educational value of training alongside established veterans.
Which technically the World Cup in the past has almost been harder for us to win because there's more teams that play in the World Cup than qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's harder to win that. So hopefully I'm on the team for that. And obviously my goal is to be on the Olympic team in 2028. So it feels like it's far away, but it's probably actually way closer than it sounds.
Okay, so she made it very clear. She wants to be a part of that Olympic team. And obviously she was left off of it in 2024. So many of
her comments reflected genuine appreciation for the mentorship and knowledge-sharing environment within the program. Additional December activities included community engagement initiatives. Clark organized a toy drive in her hometown area, partnering with local organizations to distribute gifts to children. This charitable work received documentation across her social media channels where she promoted the event and shared results with her audience.
Off of it in 2024. So many of us, obviously, when that happened, that became a story in itself. It got very loud. By the way, there's more stuff in this, so go check out that podcast. But, you know, they're talking later on, it's either before this or after this, about a different basketball player that had a lot of success in 3-on-3. She made it pretty clear in this that she won't be playing 3.
The toy giveaway event, held in collaboration with her support network, demonstrated Clark's commitment to community involvement during the holiday season. She delivered
in this that she won't be playing 3-on-3 basketball. That she feels like it is not conducive to her style of play. And so the Unrivaled, probably never getting Caitlin Clark. All right. That's probably a wrap. Now, again, I didn't know they would pause the WNBA season for the World Cup, the FIBA World Cup, at the end of September. So that's going to be pretty wild, and it's going to be.
Instagram posts related to the news achieved millions of impressions within hours of publication. Clark's personal accounts showed strategic posting patterns, with content appearing on both Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, to maximize reach across different audience demographics. Her Instagram following continues growing substantially, with the account maintaining over 122,000 followers. Her X account holds an additional 23,000 followers, indicating cross-platform presence.